Hey guys, today we're going to be taking a look at the recently updated Patagonia Black Hole Mini MLC, which is a hybrid 26-liter pack that can be used as a backpack, a shoulder bag, or a briefcase. And I have to say, I was pretty surprised with the feature set on this bag. I didn't use the original version, but I was pretty intrigued when I saw a few other videos on this bag, started researching a little bit, and it checked off a lot of the boxes for what I'm normally looking for out of, a really versatile and ideal backpack. So I was excited to have a chance to check this out. I've been using it over the past couple of weeks, and in this video I'm going to be talking about my experience testing it. I'll show you how I've loaded it out, walk through all the features, and I'll also talk about how it compares to some of the other similar bags that are currently on the market. Before jumping into the video, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Danny, and on this channel we love reviewing popular travel and everyday carry gear. If you like these types of videos and you'd be interested in seeing more, please consider subscribing as it helps the channel out a lot. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump in. Starting off with the outside of the bag, I really like the overall aesthetic. It seems like Patagonia has been updating the aesthetic of some of their bags to be a little less technical or just more minimal. We saw this with the Refugio, where some of the webbing that was previously very prominent on the front had been reduced. This version has also been updated from the previous MLC Mini, which had the shinier black hole material. This is a much more subdued looking fabric. The attachment points aren't really prominent on the front of the bag, so a lot cleaner. And I think it's a really versatile aesthetic that's going to work well in a variety of environments, whether you're taking this into the office, exploring a city, or traveling. As far as the materials, the bag feels pretty solidly built. On the exterior, you have a recycled 300D ripstop polyester, and this is actually pretty lightweight, the bag coming in at just over 2 pounds. It also has a TPU laminate to give you a decent amount of weather resistance. The material itself isn't super rigid, so it's going to mold around the items that you have on the inside, and I like that it's a lot more subdued as far as its appearance than the previous black hole material, which, as I mentioned, was just very shiny. So I really like this more subtle kind of minimal vibe with this fabric without sacrificing durability. And then you also have some nice YKK zippers all throughout. On the front of the bag, you have the Patagonia logo, and then on the previous version, you had kind of a row of webbing along the front, which gave it a pretty technical vibe. Now you have attachment points on each corner of the front, so you have 2 and 2, and these are going to be great for attaching additional accessories with something like a carabiner, or they're going to pair well with third-party accessory straps, which you can place through these loops and attach larger items such as a yoga mat, a jacket, or a skateboard. On one side of the bag and at the top, you have some great carrying handles that are going to allow you to easily place this into an overhead storage compartment, pick the bag up, or even carry it like a briefcase. I like how much these handles come up to make it very easy to grab when you need to. And then on the other side of the bag, you have an external water bottle pocket, which offers a pretty decent amount of space. Currently what I have in here is the same 20-ounce water bottle that you've seen in a lot of my other daily and travel bag videos that fit in there comfortably. I like that this material is pretty flexible and elastic, so it will allow you to store something like a water bottle, but it'll also kind of hold the item in place. It has a good depth, and then I like that because it has this elastic material, when it's not in use, it hugs the bag pretty nicely. And then on both sides of the bag, you have some attachment points and webbing at the top and bottom on each side. So this is going to give you some additional flexibility if you want to attach items with a carabiner or something like a hero clip or a hand sanitizer. So nice to see that even though Patagonia has gone for a more kind of subdued aesthetic, they still managed to provide a decent amount of functionality. While we're on the exterior, one last thing I wanted to call out is that the bag actually stands up pretty well on its own, as it has a pretty flat and wide bottom. When it's loaded out with the weight evenly distributed, when you place it down, it's going to be able to stand up next to you, and you can reach down and grab whatever you need from the pockets. Moving into the capacity, the bag comes in at about 26 liters, which is a really great minimal travel bag size in my opinion. I was able to hold all the items that I would normally want to have on a longer weekend trip, and it doesn't feel so overwhelmingly big that I would not want to use this as a daily carry bag. So it strikes a really nice balance, and I like that even when the bag is a little bit more packed out, it still manages to keep a pretty slim silhouette, which made it great for navigating crowded areas, jumping onto public transit, and carrying on to pretty much any domestic or international airline. Taking a look at the straps on the back panel, so far the bag has been really comfortable to wear. I like how the straps have been implemented here. They offer plenty of padding, and they have a breathable mesh on the inside to help prevent moisture from building up. These straps also have a good width to help prevent the bag from digging into your shoulders when it's a little bit more packed out. And then you have a loop on the straps that's going to allow you to hold something like your sunglasses or attach additional accessories. And then you have an adjustable and removable sternum strap to help distribute the weight. Moving into the back paneling, this has also been really comfortable. You have the same type of padding that we saw on the straps. It's very well cushioned, it's distributed all throughout the back, and then it also has the same air mesh to provide you with a nice amount of breathability, and there's also some elevation here to create this air channel that's going to provide you with ventilation and airflow while you're walking around throughout the day. Another thing to note here on the back paneling is that you have this nice handle here that you can use to pick the bag up, or that's also going to allow you to rest this on a suitcase while traveling to save some weight on your back. If you like to have a little bit more support while you're carrying your backpacks, this does include a removable waist belt that integrates very nicely into the bottom of the bag. It has some Velcro that holds it in place, and then the sides of the waist belt are nicely padded. It's actually pretty thick. It has the same sort of padding that we saw on the straps. And it integrates well into the back panel, so it does feel like it actually offers support and helps shift some of that weight off of your shoulders. And then I really like that it's fully removable if you prefer not to use this, particularly for a 26-liter bag. I normally wouldn't use a waist belt. And then one of my favorite things about this waist belt, which I think is a really clever idea from Patagonia, is that it also serves as the shoulder strap. If you want to tuck the straps away, you can actually release the buckles here, and then there's this little slot at the top where they can hide away, and you can attach the waist belt to these clips that are hidden away on the side. They're actually, I really like how well they were kind of hidden so that you can't tell that it's something that you can wear as a shoulder bag unless you really want it to look like it. So you can pull those out of the slots and then attach the waist belt as the shoulder strap. And because there's such a large amount of padding, because this is a waist belt, it actually ends up being an excellent shoulder strap that's going to be very comfortable to wear no matter how you like to adjust the bag. It has plenty of length. You can wear it as a sling bag or just on your shoulder, crossbody. So a lot of flexibility if you prefer to carry a bag that way. And it's really great that you can hide the straps away, and just how well integrated everything is into the bag if you want to use it in that mode. Jumping into the organizational options, the bag has an impressive variety of pockets all throughout. Starting off at the top, you have a really excellent quick access pocket that's going to give you plenty of space for those items that you want to be able to grab very easily while you're going about your day or your trips. In here, I currently have my sunglasses with their case. I tossed in my Apple AirPods, and then I also have my GoPro. On the back of the bag, you have a dedicated laptop and tech area. One thing that I thought was interesting about all of the zippers is that they don't have the ability to lock. You can probably thread a lock through the zipper pulls, but they don't have kind of the official locking loop that you might see on some travel bags. Not really a huge deal to me, but something I wanted to call out. And so as far as the tech and laptop area, this has the quote unquote TSA approved style laptop sleeve, where you can, in theory, open this flat and just place your bag on the conveyor belt. I haven't had much luck with this system, particularly nowadays. There's many places where you actually have to place your whole bag in a bin. So, you generally still have to take your laptop out, but it doesn't really impact the usage of the bag. If I don't want to open it fully flat, I can still reach down and grab my laptop. The laptop sleeve is well implemented. You have a dedicated tablet and laptop sleeve, which is really nice and becoming more rare nowadays. The sleeve itself here for the tablet is actually pretty well padded, which is nice. So I normally have an iPad mini with me, but it has more than enough space for a 10 or 11-inch tablet and a decent amount of padding. And then you have the dedicated laptop sleeve, which has this Velcro strap to keep the device in place. This is always nice to have to help secure your device a little bit more, particularly when a sleeve opens up flat like this. This will help prevent it from sliding all the way out of your bag accidentally. And then the sleeve offers plenty of space. This is going to be able to hold up to a 15 or 16-inch laptop comfortably. Currently what I have is my 13-inch MacBook Pro. You can see there's plenty of leftover space here. I like that the sleeve offers a decent amount of padding, like we saw with the tablet sleeve, and they are suspended off the bottom of the ground by a good amount here, so you can place your bag down. You don't have to worry about your laptop or tablet making contact with the ground. So pulling my device out, now with the sleeve empty, you can get a better look at the inside. No sort of fleece lining, which is unfortunate to see, as Patagonia did include a softer lining in some of their older Refugio and Black Hole packs, but it does come up a decent amount, so if you have a thicker device or you want to use a case, it should be able to fit in here comfortably. And with the amount of padding and the fact that this is suspended, it really feels like my device is going to be well protected while I'm on the go. On the other side of this compartment, you have some nice organization for all of your tech and maybe remote work essentials. So starting off at the bottom, you have a larger mesh compartment, which is going to be a good spot for something like a laptop charger. That's what I currently have here. This is the USB-C cable for my MacBook, and then the Anchor wall brick that I've been using recently, which has a few different ports that not only charge my laptop, but my tablet and my phone. And then moving up along the back, you have some nice slip pockets here that have an elastic material. So it's gonna mold around any bulkier items that you place in here and give you a little bit more flexibility with what you can store. On the right, I just have a simple Field Notes notebook. And then on the other one, I have a lightning cable and power brick to charge my phone, but this would definitely be a good spot for other portable batteries, hard drive, mice, any accessories that are a little bit larger. And then moving up along the back, you have a compartment that has a Velcro strap to help keep whatever you place in here in its place. This is slightly more padded. It has a similar material to what we saw on the tablet sleeve, so I imagine this would be a good spot for your phone if you don't want to carry it with you. In my case, I just use this to store my Apple Magic Mouse. Next to that, you have a few small slots where you can store something like a pen or a flashlight, which is what I currently have here. Next to that, there is an additional slip pocket. This one is not elastic, but it still offers a decent amount of space. So the only thing that I have here is a portable battery from Anchor. And then the last thing in this area is this little lanyard with a plastic clip, which is going to be a good spot to attach something like a key or a multi-tool. Moving into the main compartment, you have a full clamshell style opening, which is always nice to make for easier packing or so that you have full visibility into your bag. And so starting off on the lid of this compartment, one thing I wanted to call out is the fact that this is a hybrid bag. And so it's interesting to see how Patagonia has sort of navigated some of the trade-offs that you get with a hybrid bag. What I mean by that is that it's a bag that can be carried as a backpack or a shoulder bag, and the way that the pockets are oriented can sometimes be inconvenient to use depending on which mode you're carrying. And many bags that are hybrid will either be more of a backpack or a duffel bag with the way that their pockets are oriented. So with the tech area, we saw that everything was standing up vertically. You kind of have to access it from the top or flap to be able to grab whatever you need comfortably. So that's more, I would say, backpack mode. But then you have some pockets here which are oriented a little bit differently on the flap. So these are going to be great to access if you're holding this like a briefcase. You can open this section up and be able to reach in. So, it's a nice balance that Patagonia has tried to, walk here, it seems like, in offering compartments in various orientations so you can kind of organize your bag according to how you plan to use it the most. So with that being said, it's nice that you have two internal zippered compartments here to give you some additional organizational options. So this one here at the bottom is just a larger slip pocket. This might be a great spot to store toiletries, maybe even some socks or underwear if you're using this purely for travel. In my case, I just use it to hold some of the items that I normally have with me for EDC or travel, some Band-Aids and ointment, and a deck of playing cards. And then above that, you have a mesh compartment. So not quite as large, but it still offers a decent amount of volume. So it's gonna be able to hold larger items. In my case, what I currently have here is just a little manicure set that I always have with me. And then I have my Tom Bin Ghost Well pouch, which has tech and EDC items that I don't like to have floating around loosely. And then as far as the main area of the bag, you have one kind of large bucket of space. It has this mesh zipper divider so you can see what's on the inside. I like that this is also gonna kind of provide some breathability and then some separation. You can open this up. This can work almost as its own large packing cube if you don't want to use packing cubes. In my case, I'm a big fan of modular packing, and I loaded this out as I would normally have for a longer weekend trip or even for a week of travel. I can get away with these types of items. With what I currently have in here, you can see there's still a decent amount of space. It's not overly packed out. So if I wanted to store an additional jacket in here, maybe some larger headphones, I would have had the flexibility to do so. But with what I currently have here, I have my DOP kit, I have an extra pair of shoes, and then I have my larger double-sided and compressible packing cube. Those fit very easily in there. And with the compartment empty, you can get a better look at the inside now. Very simple layout, no sort of compression straps or additional sort of organization. You do have a slip pocket here at the bottom where you could, maybe store something a little bit more sensitive or smaller, or you could use it to kind of hide this divider away. If you want to roll it up, you can tuck it in there and then just have kind of a more straightforward clamshell bag. Because with this size at 26 liters, you can also, in my opinion, get away with using this for daily carry. So I could load this out with my portable standing desk, with all the pouches that I would normally like to have with me, the Evergood Civic Access pouch, my Beats Studio headphones, a notebook, and all the items that I would kind of have for more of a day-to-day type loadout. They still work well with this setup here. And again, I'm just gonna have a lot of flexibility with the amount of space and this type of layout. So really love the implementation in this main area and throughout the rest of the bag. Everything is very well thought out. It's been super awesome to use. And if you're looking for an excellent minimal travel bag that is gonna offer a hybrid kind of layout for carrying as far as being a shoulder bag and a briefcase, then this is gonna be one of the best options that you can check out. And so to wrap up, it's been a great experience testing out the Patagonia Black Hole Mini MLC over the past couple of weeks. You can currently purchase this on the company site or sites such as REI for about $200, which is definitely a bit of an investment. You are getting a very well-built bag with an excellent feature set. However, there's gonna be some other great bags in this price range that may be worth considering. And so as I was testing this out, the first bags that this made me think of were the updated Refugio packs that we featured on the channel previously. Patagonia made some big changes to that line this past year. They released a 30-liter version and they changed the sizing from 28 liters to 26. And the layouts on those bags is pretty simple. It's not gonna have the same organizational options that this has. They do have more of kind of an outdoorsy hiking type vibe, more traditional backpacks as compared to something like this, which is kind of a hybrid bag. They're pretty lightweight. They offer plenty of space. Simple layout, as I was saying, comfortable harness systems. One of the interesting things about those bags, which is one of the changes that I wasn't crazy about, but I know some people really like, is the removable laptop sleeve that's included with the bag. It is a nice accessory that keeps your device protected. It also has some of the admin organization that was previously incorporated throughout the bag. So an interesting change there, particularly useful if you don't always have your laptop with you. You can take the sleeve out and then have a much lighter and simpler pack for going hiking or something like that. So although it's not a perfect fit for me, it is still a durable and versatile pack. And if you're a fan of Patagonia's bags, but you don't want something like this that's a little bit more travel focused, then those are gonna be great options to consider. The next bags these made me think of are the Air Flight Pack 3 and the Travel Pack 3 Small. Both of those are newer bags in Air's travel line. The Flight Pack 3, like this one, is a hybrid pack that can be used as a shoulder bag. It has briefcase handles and it can be used as a backpack. Very comfortable and well built. I really like the organizational layout that it has. That one is more of kind of a daily bag or a flight companion as opposed to this one, which can actually be your travel backpack. This one's gonna be a little bit bigger. That's why I also mentioned the Travel Pack 3 Small, which has been one of my favorite minimal travel packs of the year. It has 28 liters of capacity, so it's gonna be able to hold about as much as this one, maybe a little bit more. This one has a pretty simple layout as we saw during the video, so it's close. But the Travel Pack 3 Small is gonna have a lot more organization, and it also feels like a more rugged bag with the ballistic nylon exterior. It has a very well padded and suspended laptop sleeve, a more robust harness system. So just a really great minimal travel bag. And if you're looking for something that's gonna be a little bit more techy and futuristic looking, and that's gonna offer more organizational options, then both of those are gonna be fantastic bags to check out. Another bag this made me think of is the Topo Designs Global Briefcase, which is actually behind me here on the wall. And that is another really versatile bag that's gonna work well for your day-to-day. It can handle a packing cube and some additional accessories for minimal travel. It's not gonna be quite as big as this bag here, but you know, it has a really nice layout with some big pockets on the front. It can be used as a backpack, shoulder bag, a briefcase. The back paneling on that's not gonna be quite as comfortable as this. And also the laptop compartment doesn't offer as much protection, but it is a very well built bag, versatile. It has a really interesting aesthetic, a little bit more kind of pops of color, and you know, just a unique looking bag that I've really enjoyed using. And if you're looking for a hybrid option such as this one, then that's gonna be a great option to consider. And then the last option that I'll mention here is the Evergood CPL24, which is one of my favorite versatile backpacks. It's been updated this year to have a new exterior fabric and a more breathable back panel. I haven't had a chance to check that out, but I have tested out that back panel on bags such as the CTB35 and the CHZ22 that was released, and it is a lot more breathable than the prior versions. And the CPL24 layout is one of my favorites. It has a clamshell style opening. It has a great organizational layout with pockets that have independent volume. Great laptop protection, it's suspended, well padded, a comfortable harness system. The bag is available in 24 and 28 liter versions, so it might be a little bit smaller or bigger than this bag here, but even the 24 liter with that clamshell layout can hold quite a bit. It's a bag that's meant to be kind of a crossover bag to go into the outdoors. So if you're looking for something durable, versatile, it's gonna offer plenty of space, a great build quality, and it's gonna have a little bit more of a subdued aesthetic than this one here, then that's gonna be one of the best options to consider. With that being said, the Patagonia Black Hole Mini MLC holds up really well against all those options, and if you're looking for a versatile pack that's going to offer a nice amount of space, organization, comfort, and that's going to be particularly good for weekend or work travel, and that's going to be a fantastic option to consider. And I'm definitely curious to hear what you all think of the updated version of the Mini MLC and how it compares to some of the other great kind of all-purpose bags that we featured on the channel in the past. And if there are any similar options that you think I should check out, as always, please let me know in the comments. And I want to thank you for watching and supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like, and if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming videos, and we'll see you in the next one.